Good evening and welcome to the WDSU News Hot Seat. I'm Travers Mackel. Last week, a coalition to support paid family and medical leave launched their Louisiana campaign. It's called Louisiana Families First. It's a statewide coalition of medical experts, businesses, families, and advocacy organizations who recognize the benefits paid leave will provide to Louisiana families, including improving infant and maternal health outcomes and supporting the state's growing aging population. Louisiana Families First is supporting a bill, Bill 186 by State Senator J.P. Morrell, which would create a statewide paid family and medical leave program. We should also point out this is part of our Project Community Initiative, which does delve deep into family issues. Joining us now, Caitlin Burney with Burney Consulting. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much for having me.
So why is this so important to families watching this right now across Southeast Louisiana?
So it's so important because we know in Louisiana, over 65% of people don't even have access to unpaid medical leave through the Federal Family Medical Leave Act. So that means 65% of people have no way to take any type of paid leave after the birth of a child, or to take care of themselves if they face a diagnosis like cancer, or to take care of an immediate family member. So we know that if we're able to establish a paid family and medical leave program, it would have tremendous impacts on the residents of the state of Louisiana.
Let me ask you this, because we always like to compare ourselves to other states. Where does Louisiana stack up to the other 49 when it compares to this?
Yes. So 6 states in the District of Columbia already have a statewide paid family and medical leave program, and 24 states are actively considering legislation through their current state legislative sessions right now. And our coalition is also working to advocate at the federal level for a federal paid family and medical leave program, which Senator Bill Cassidy is very engaged on, has been leading a bipartisan effort to get a national paid family and medical leave bill passed.
So like I said, this is part of our Project Community Initiative. It's very important to families watching this across Southeast Louisiana. Is it an uphill battle? Why are you fighting this fight at the State House and using Senator Cassidy at the federal level in Congress?
So 1 in 4 moms across the country go back to work less than 2 weeks after giving birth. In Louisiana, over 55% of moms had no ability to take any paid leave, which is well below the national average of 35% of moms who have the ability to take paid leave. So we have a huge disparity in this state. We also have the 4th highest infant mortality rate in the country and very high maternal mortality rates as well. So those are some of the really important health reasons that we've gotten behind this effort to advocate at both the state and the federal level for this legislation.
At the state level, could we be cutting edge? Could Louisiana be on the forefront? You said, I think, only 6 states and the District of Columbia. Other states are considering it, but is this something that Louisiana could really get out in front of and be a nation leader when it comes to legislation like this?
Yes, absolutely. And we're one of the first red states that's really considering this legislation. And we've got support from the March of Dimes and the United Way. We're also working with business organizations like Stay Local and individual businesses who recognize that paid family leave is a benefit. We're beginning to see more and more companies offer paid family leave, and they view that as a competitive advantage. And oftentimes smaller businesses really want to offer paid leave, but they can't do it. And they've said to us that if there was a state or a federal program that they could contribute to, it could be a way they could afford to offer paid family leave. And so we're seeing a lot of support from across the spectrum for paid family leave, and we think that Louisiana has a really unique opportunity to lead the nation in being one of the more conservative states to establish something that really supports families. You know, so many legislators claim to be pro-family, and this is one way they can really put their money where their mouth is and support legislation that would help all Louisiana families.
Do the legislative pieces go hand in hand? When I ask that, obviously the state level and J.P. Morrell, what he's doing with his Senate bill is very important, but do you need the federal partner there as well? I know Senator Cassidy, our senior senator, who's a physician, is very involved with this. But does one need the other to get this done?
Not necessarily, but I think that a federal program could certainly build upon a state program. We've been talking very closely with Senator Cassidy's office and also with other legislators who are advocating for federal legislation. And I think having the ability to stack these types of benefits would make citizens and make people who are able to take paid leave that much more whole and complete, and have the ability to be able to take as much leave as they need to recover from childbirth or from a serious long-term illness as well.
Your group held a rally at the Capitol a short time ago. You heard testimonials from people. Is this something that is grassroots, that people in the community right now are really pushing for?
Absolutely. So one of the most exciting things I think about this work is that we have gotten to see gotten to know a variety of folks from across the state who are just regular everyday folks who are supporting paid family leave. One mother that we've gotten to know pretty well through this work, she's from Denham Springs. She works at a coffee shop, and she has a little girl who has a congenital heart defect. And her daughter is a toddler now, but she had to take unpaid leave following the birth of her daughter so that she could have heart surgery. And she requires ongoing care. And if this family was able to have access to paid family leave, it would tremendously ease their financial situation and just give them a great sense of peace of mind that they could be with their daughter when they need them the most.
Senator J.P. Morales from New Orleans, he moved a key piece of legislation statewide last year that was unanimous jury verdicts. A lot of people didn't think that could get done in Louisiana. So he's a politician who can get things done, not just for this area, but for the state as a whole. How difficult will this bill be to get through the Senate, the House, and get to the governor's desk for signature?
So I think we recognize that this is something that takes a long time, and this is really one of the first years that we've been able to talk about paid family leave in the state of Louisiana. It's not been something that has been socialized a whole lot. But I'm optimistic. You know, we are beginning to have conversations with different business organizations, different chambers. And I feel confident that we're going to have good momentum for pushing legislation this session. And I also think we're building our coalition for the long haul as well. So we're ready to fight for paid family leave and stay in this game so we can get something passed.
Final question here. You said medical professionals. What do the medical professionals have to say about this? I mean, I'm a new parent. You're a parent, I know, too. There's a lot of parents out there watching this right now. What are the medical professionals telling you about this and how important it is for the child growing up to have a parent in the house initially when the infant is born?
We have really great statistics that tell us that it would be that children who have parents who are able to take paid family leave have higher IQs. They often end up in higher earning income brackets. So we know from research and both from testimonies from groups like the American Academy of Pediatrics, whose Louisiana chapter is also supporting our work, have great testimonials and great data research that really prove that having access to paid family leave puts the child on a course for success for life.